I'm getting straight into it. The world is at a standstill right now, and while I have this little bit of time to breathe, I'm going to try to reach out and catch up with a couple of folks that I have great respect and great admiration for, right? Just to see how they're staying up and avoiding from going stir crazy. Today's guest, I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Christopher Johnny Daley. I'm talking about Lime Tree Lane. I'm talking about One Love. I'm talking about Comedy Bus. I'm talking about Johnny. Welcome, Johnny.
Respect, manners. Big up to all the viewers, listeners, you know what I mean? One love.
Getting right into it, it was a great writer, Charles Dickens, that said, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And that's how we're kind of describing these last days, all right? Outside of the obvious, not being able to go out and work. And I mean, I know you're an industrious guy and you make it happen from wherever, but outside of the fact that you're not able to go out and take the stage like you wanna, because I know that's way more than work, that's passion, that's love. What's one of the most challenging things about being what I call immobilized right now, having to be away from all of that for Johnny?
Yes, G. Cole, bless up yourself. You're asking me about what are some of the most challenging things. I noticed you say, like end times. I really don't accept that these are the end times. I think the world is going through, like it did before, another pandemic, and we're going to survive this. It's hard for us because we didn't see it coming, and at this moment we don't know when it's going to end. And that's, I think, the biggest challenge for me is not knowing when it's going to let up, the uncertainty of it. And so for people like myself who rely on audiences, live audiences, we rely on getting the instant reaction from the people. It was a tailspin, very difficult, but I think what I'm feeling and seeing, and I'm even being invited to be a part of, is this whole new movement online. And so many people are, human beings adapt so quickly, and I'm seeing a lot of activity online, and people are trying to do, online shows and all kind of things. So I've been kind of kept busy looking at this particular area, and trying to work on, of course, my own space. I've been working on a space called Johnny Space prior to this whole pandemic. And I'm, slowly continuing to make sure that space is ready when all of this is over. So, yeah, I just kind of, kept myself busy by being interested in what's happening, the movement online and social media, and then also keeping myself focused on getting my own space ready as well.
Again, was the best of times, was the worst of times, the yin and the yang. Are there any positives that we can take away, or that you take away from this current climate, being at home?
Absolutely, there are a lot of positives. I think work from home has totally become the new mantra. My wife actually teaches her classes from home. I am doing my own YouTube show, a Johnny Live show, that's on YouTube now, from home. We're kind of forced to rethink how we want to connect with our audience. So that's a positive. I think there's so many more. It's good to see that the environment has gotten such a lift from this, and I think as human beings we don't necessarily try to count how much we pollute the atmosphere, and I'm really happy that the earth gets a chance to kind of breathe again. But I think also as human beings we've been going so fast-paced, trying to get this money and get this life, and it's good that we are forced to kind of slow down and take stock of what's real. And what's real is our families, what's real is the very people that we love, and our neighbors. But it's good to see people reconnect like that. So I'm taking all of that as a positive. I'm hoping that also we can, as a race, as a human race, better treat each other in terms of how we govern. So healthcare systems across the world, I think, should change, or hopefully will change after this.
Johnny, I've been hearing for all my life. I've been hearing all my life that these are the last days. I think you have too. All right. Fortunately for us, it hasn't been. All right. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but right. So let me ask you this. Let's let's say for a minute, it was. These are the apocalyptic times. It's about to go up in smoke. What's your favorite dish? What do you gotta have? What are you gonna chow down on before this thing all goes boom?
Yo, the man got food star. All right. What would I chow down on if this was the apocalypse? I'm not even sure if I'd be hungry if this was the apocalypse. See, it's one of those things where if this was really the apocalypse and you knew it, I don't know if food would be the thing that would be on your mind. But since you asked the question, chow down on the apocalypse. You know, honestly, before I go, I think I'd want a mix of seafood in front of me. Lobster, the freshest fish that one could steam. I'd want this whole heap of seafood, you know what I mean? Crayfish, all these things. I would chow down on some seafood, a variety of them, done in all the spices and seasonings that would titillate my taste buds. I would definitely go seafood if this was the last, the apocalypse as you call it. Thank God I don't think it is. It's Easter time, so we're still chowing down on some seafood. Yeah, give thanks.
Johnny, do you have any skills in the kitchen? Can you cook?
Oh, you mean if me can cook me down? How you ask if me can cook? How you do? How you do? Oh, you mean steam fish? You know, fried chicken. Yeah, them thing there. You know, my yeah, steam fish, fried chicken, anything curry. Oh, you mean if that skills in the kitchen? Youth? You get a youth. Get a youth better enough to cook. Survival is the key.
So here's the thing. You got a couple of homies, right? Duff done and a whole bunch of people. IT fancy cat, may I come to you know? All right? Everybody got tested. Nobody's got the virus. We're all good, right? We're coming to your house later on for a dinner party. We coming over. All right? What are you going to cook? What's your go-to dish? What are we going to chow down on later when we come to Johnny's crib? And guess what? Wifey ain't home, so you got to do all this by yourself. Your go-to dish.
If the wife is not involved, then I'm kind of sorry for them. But they're probably going to get, you know, some manish water, some curry chicken and rice, curry goat. They're probably going to get some fried chicken if I'm the one cooking. They may get some oxtail. I'm not the best at oxtail, but I would try that. But definitely, fish would be on the menu. Steamed fish, some fried lobster, and some vegetables. I love vegetables, so I definitely have vegetable plate as well. But you don't know. I'm not the biggest chef, but we can jump for hand and do things. So my friends would enjoy a decent meal enough for us to enjoy. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, Johnny. People them can't stand, you know. They're tired of it. You're getting nothing but trouble. So we putting you on a remote island right now. They're kicking you off of here. Boom. Right? But we're not savages. You know what I mean? We're nice people. 2 albums. Tell me 2 albums that you are taking with you. Can't be 3, can't be 4, can't be 5. 2 albums that you're taking with you on this deserted island.
Wow. Just 2 albums. This is very difficult, G Code. Very, very difficult because you know, powerful music is from a musical country. Jamaica is rich with music. Definitely would have to have Bob Marley's Exodus. Yeah, as one of the albums. And wow, where do I go from here? You know, I don't know. I'd balance that with, I guess, Master Griffith's greatest hits. I mean, that's the easiest way to get out of that one. So, Bob Marley's Exodus and Master Griffith's greatest hits.
So, you've done a lot of things, right? You've been a part of a lot of things, from Lime Tree Lane to the feature films. Just a lot. Big screen, small screen, the stage, a lot, right? Most of which are recorded and are out there. So, but you right now, 2. We're staying in the theme with 2. All right, you're on that island. The genie's there. Which 2 projects that Johnny has been a part of would you sit down and watch? You're on the remote island. You can only get 2. All right. Which 2 projects that you have been a part of are you going to sit down and enjoy?
Wow, two projects I've been a part of that I'd want to watch on a remote island. Wow. That's hard, man. G-Cole, you ask some hard questions, brother. Two projects I have done that I'd like to watch over. It's always great to watch One Love, that film with Idris Elba and Kimani Marley and Shireen Anderson. Big film. So it's a beautiful film as well, with a love story. Can't get tired of watching that. So I definitely watch that as one of the highlights. And I'd like people to go and watch another movie that I did. It's not as pretty. It's grimy. You know what? Scratch that. I wouldn't watch that movie on this remote island because it's not as the story is not as light. But what I definitely want people to watch is a play. A play that was recorded, actually done at Jambies International. I'm not sure if it was recorded or they can find it. But I did a play called Cinderella and the DJ Prince that I think stood out for me as one of my all-time favorite productions that I've ever done. That was with Glenn Campbell and Claudette Pius, Delia Harris, Donisha Prendergast, and a couple other, really talented, awesome people. And I think that production, although not recorded and out there, was certainly one of the best pieces of performances that I've done. So, Cinderella and the DJ Prince, and I definitely encourage people to watch One Love. And if I was on that island, I definitely want to see those two performances. I'd feel pleased about that. Jico.
Which song does Johnny just love? And when that song comes on, you lose your mind and you're singing. But truth is, you really don't know the words. Which song, Johnny?
Which song do I love? I really don't know the words of many songs, but I love choruses, so I probably know the choruses of most songs. I actually love Coffee's Toast. I just love that song. I mean, that's a really great song, especially at this time. I have to give thanks. We mean it the most. To be thankful. So. Blessings fall upon my right hand. I think that's the chorus, I know. We have to give thanks for the journey. Adjust for the plus. That's what you say? Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings fall upon my right hand. What you say after that? Me not remember. Anyway, but that's the song. So the song is Toast by Coffee.
I know you always got things cooking up. Once this is all over, the dust settles and we're back to normal, what do the people have to look for? What do they look forward to? What are you working on right now?
Thank you for that question, G. Cole. When the dust settles, when this COVID-19 pandemic has certainly come down to levels that we can manage and people are able to get back out there and enjoy entertainment in a crowd, definitely want people to look out for a place called Johnny's Place. It's 35 Dunrobin Avenue. We've been working hard at setting it up. It's a really it's a space that can do that can house multiple events. I'm certainly going to be having my own Johnny Live comedy bar there. There's going to be theater there, skit comedy. You can keep parties there. You can keep any other kind of event, smaller event. But it's going to be an awesome space. You can also look forward to seeing more on social media from me. The Johnny Live Productions YouTube page is going to be up and running. I'm going to be doing lots of work on YouTube. So just staying busy, G. Cole. It's about exercising all of the gifts that I've been given. I got a movie script actually, another one this year that I'm looking to do, and the director has said that it's been being shot in Africa, so I'm looking forward to that, if that project is still going on. So I'm just grateful, G. Cole, that I'm still in the business, still being given a chance to entertain the people and to continue to increase or push the levels as far as I can.
I've said this to you before. One of my favorite Jamaican film all time. A lot of people don't get into the same view as I do because they'll sometimes, it's not a bunch of shoot 'em up. But one of my favorite films is One Love. All right? One Love. You've been a part of a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things. I know I'm not the only one. What is it about that movie, One Love, that is totally separate, totally different, makes it all special, and sets it apart from all the other theatrical releases that we've had in and from Jamaica?
I think One Love is what sets One Love apart is the fact that I think all the director Rick and the actors knew that this was a special project. The beauty of Jamaica was captured. The story of the Rastafarian and the Christian collided in that film, and that's a story about Jamaica. That's something that Jamaicans know, that that's a conflict that certainly exists and done in that kind of fashion. And then there was the atmosphere on the set that I think transferred on screen with talented people like Shireen and Idris Elba, Kimani Malik discovering his own acting talent. And then the energy on set was just beautiful. I really enjoyed the camaraderie of the actors. And I think we all knew that we were pulling together a pretty decent story. And I know a lot of people may not have seen the film, but when you watch One Love, it's hard to not watch it right through. And so I just think it was a coming together of great energy, good timing, good writing, and great acting. And that, I think, are some of the ingredients that make up a very good film.
You and I have sat down in length on a podcast. For those people who haven't heard it, you can go to any podcast outlet and just type in Homegrown with G Cole. You can listen there, or you can go watch it on YouTube, all right? One of my favorite conversations, I will say. Johnny, Lime Tree Lane, iconic part of our youth growing up, and for you two being a part of that cast. You probably answered this for me already, but for those who haven't heard, talk to me about that person. I know you guys have formed a bond and it's family and it's love for everybody, but talk about that person, that one person on that set that impacted you on a personal level, outside of the screen and the set and work, impacted you on a personal level the most.
Yeah, another difficult question from you, G Cole, because in Lime Tree Lane, I was a youth, and I was started at 9 years old, and I literally grew up with a lot of great people on that set who all had their different influences on me. But I'd want to mention two people. It's hard, but I still have a pretty good relationship with two women. Dorothy Cunningham, who played Miss Zella, my grandmother on Lime Tree Lane. She really impacted me outside of Lime Tree Lane. She was very motherly about our relationship, guided me a lot through some very difficult decisions, important decisions going forward, not just as a teenager, but into adult life. And then there's Melita Samuels, who's actually the author of Lime Tree Lane, the original creator for the series, along with Don Buckner. But Melita Samuels continues to impact my life even till today. She calls, she checks up on me. These two women have really been a part of the fabric of who I am. And so I'd have to mention them both, sorry. But I'd say Dorothy Cunningham, Zella, and Melita Samuels, OD. I want to thank them both for continuing to just check in and all the influences that they've had on me. It is wonderful when you can, learn from people who genuinely care. And these two women genuinely showed me love, and forever will be grateful to them. Respect.
And there you have it. And this right here is the midday link up right here on Jamaicans.com.